Article 48, paragraph 3 of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption says states shall endeavour to cooperate, within their means, to respond to offences covered by this convention, committed through the use of modern technology. The Regional School for Public Administration, ReSPA, has published a comparative study called Abuse of Information Technology for Corruption, which is intended for the Western Balkan region. The study provides, for the first time, concrete guidance by showing cases of corruption through the abuse of information technology and the steps that can be taken to protect against such abuses. Randomly selected cases from everyday life in the Western Balkans show that abuse of information technology covers the whole array of corruption offences. For example, border police received bribes and misused their position for fake input data in the Total Information Management System as a way of evading payments for the use of an imported vehicle. The data was illegally accessed electronically and then falsified. Employees at the General Hospital illegally accessed patients' records to help a doctor from the same hospital who was standing for city mayor. Over 3,000 telephone calls were made from his political party's call centre, of which 98% were to his patients' phone numbers. The general manager of the privatisation agency at the time replaced the agency's IT manager for refusing to illegally access employees' emails. Subsequently, she ordered another member of staff to do so, accessing a considerable number of staff emails. One of the state prosecutors was accused of hacking the email of a former general prosecutor in order to discredit him immediately prior to suspension from his official duty. He came into possession of the email password and used it to send malicious instructions. 2 IT staff wiped the data of tenders for road infrastructure on the main server of the Ministry of Public Administration. The deleted data contained evidence of companies' offers with low prices. By deleting this data, the aim was to favour the tender company with the most expensive bid. An officer and the head of municipal cadastre have been using their positions to illegally obtain property for profit through manipulation of electronic cadastral records. They enabled the restitution and the transfer of state-owned land to the land's alleged previous owner, who registered the land in the electronic land registry and sold the land immediately after registration. At the same time, and in the same way, they issued another decision with false content, by which time some other specified land was returned to its alleged previous owner. A tender for procurement of cars was published using the public procurement IT system. During the bidding process, the IT system was functioning well up to the last few minutes, but then crashed because of distributed attacks using numerous IP addresses. An investigation identified that the last bid was submitted by Company A just seconds before the system went down, but when Company B then tried to submit its bid, the system was not available. Specific safeguards against corruption are technical safeguards against unauthorised access and abuse of ICT systems, organisational and procedural safeguards such as the many eyes principle, monitoring data traffic and employee access to data systems, training and awareness measures for civil servants on risks of ICT corruption and safeguards, auditing of ICT systems, legislative safeguards such as comprehensive administrative, civil and criminal legislation to prevent abuse of ICT for corruption purposes. The study also offers a series of policy recommendations for reducing the risk of abuse of ICT, as well as recommendations for experts in electronic governance. In the light of its relevance for the implementation of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, this study will have an important impact on the whole Western Balkan region.